Alright guys, this one's big. Rick is in Las Vegas, and he's about to check out a once-in-a-lifetime collection from one of the greatest children's books ever, where the wild things are. If you grew up reading this book, you know how iconic these illustrations are. And guess what? These aren't prints, they're the original drawings by Maurice Sendak himself. Let's just say things are about to get wild.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Wait till you see this. These are sensational.
Look at Rick's face, he's hooked already. Maurice Sendak wasn't just an author. He was a visionary artist. His cross-hatching technique made these illustrations feel almost alive, a style that stood out from every other children's book at the time.
Illustrated as well. These are all original illustrations. Everything is one of a kind.
These are amazing.
And now, Rick is looking at 12 original illustrations, each one of a kind. You can tell he's already calculating the profit in his head.
So how much you want for them?
This is about $375,000.
Whoa.
Hold up, $375,000? That's not just wild, that's insane. But here's the thing, Maurice Sendak never sold original artwork from the book. That means this collection is extremely rare, almost priceless. The question is, will Rick take the bait? Or is this just too much of a gamble? But to avoid any gamble, Rick decides to call an expert to authenticate it.
12 images total, 2 very large. The first 2 are 80 grand a piece each. I think you can probably get about 310,000.
Okay, now we're talking. The expert just confirmed that these illustrations could easily sell for around $310,000 to serious collectors. That means if Rick buys them at the right price, he could flip them for a solid $60,000 plus profit. But let's be real, Rick isn't going to just hand over $375,000. He's got some negotiating to do.
I'll give you 200 grand.
That's low. I could do like 300.
I'll give you 240.
250.
Classic Rick move, lowballing hard. Rick starts at $200,000, which is way lower than the seller wants. But hey, this is a pawn shop, not an art gallery. You gotta leave room for negotiation. The seller? He's not having it. He wants at least $300,000. So now it's a standoff.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but you got a deal.
And the deal done at $250,000. That makes this one of the biggest buys in Pawn Stars history. Rick played it smart, knocking off $125,000 from the original asking price.
Now you know where the wild things are. I own them.
Hey, what do we got here?
A whole lot of silver.
Did you see that? The old man never moves that fast. But when you walk in carrying over 3,300 ounces of silver, even he can't resist. This seller wasn't bringing just a few coins. He had a literal treasure trove of silver bars, quarters, and dimes, all pre-1964. And if you know anything about precious metals, you know that this is serious money. But before he could cash in, Rick had some big concerns. Was it all real silver? Or was there a scam hidden inside?
I got some 90% silver dimes over here, some quarters. I got these bars, and this thing alone is almost 75 pounds.
Oh, that's cool.
This is what smart investing looks like. Decades ago, this guy's father told him, put your money in silver. And guess what? That decision paid off big time. Back in the late 90s, silver was selling for just $3 an ounce. Today, it's worth nearly 10 times that. This guy wasn't just a collector, he was sitting on a six-figure payday. But, of course, Rick had to make sure it was legit first.
All right, I just got to make sure, it's all silver coin.
Okay.
It's really important for me to scan all the edges on these to make sure there's no modern coins in here.
Here's a pro tip: if you ever come across old US coins, check the edge. If you see a copper stripe, it's modern junk. If it's solid silver, you might have something valuable. Before 1964, US dimes, quarters, and half dollars were 90% silver. That's why collectors and investors hoard them like crazy. And let's be real, who wouldn't want a pocket full of silver coins instead of the stuff we carry today?
They look right. It's the right color. It's all 1964 before.
Now, this is where things get tricky. See, when you're dealing with huge silver bars, there's always a risk of fraud. Some scammers fill the center with steel or lead, coat the outside with real silver, and try to pass it off as 100% pure. That's why Rick wasn't just going to take the seller's word for it. He had to put these bars to the test.
So you're saying this might not be pure silver? Can we test this thing?
Yeah, drill a few holes in it, take the shavings out, melt them down, make sure it's all silver.
All right, science time. To check if the bars were legit, they drilled deep inside. If the core was anything but silver, the deal was off. Next, they melted the shavings into a small button and dropped nitric acid on it. If it turned creamy white, it was real. If it turned green or blue, we had a problem. Boom! It was 100% pure silver. The seller had done his homework. His stash was the real deal.
We got a total of $110,901.
Well, let's make a deal.
After some back and forth, Rick made his final offer, $111,000. Take it or leave it. This was the make-or-break moment. The seller bought this silver years ago for way less, so even at this price, he was making a massive profit.
So what's your best price you can give me today?
I'll go 111,000 even. I'll go up 99 bucks.
Now came the moment of truth. The total value? $110,901. This was life-changing money, but the seller wasn't ready to accept just yet. He wanted more. Cut to seller asking for $115,000. He pushed for $115,000, but Rick wasn't having it. He knew that if silver prices dropped, he could be stuck with a bad deal. Would he stick to his guns or crack under pressure?
111 sounds good to me.
All right, it's a deal, 111.
And just like that, he turned a smart investment into serious cash. But here's the question, did he make the right choice? Should he have held out for more? Or was cashing out now the best move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. That was a good deal for Rick and the owner. He didn't expect that he will get that much money for the item. Let's move forward to last deal. Wait, is he Donald Trump? He is exactly looking like Donald Trump, who is trying to sell pistol in pawn shop.
This is an old Civil War pistol, a Clark and Sherrard.
You just walked in here with Jimmy Hoffa.
Owner tries to sell the pistol to Rick, but Rick can't believe such a rare item is right in front of him. Even better, the price seems fair for something this special, but Rick isn't sure about the revolver. So there's only one way to find out.
So rare, I have my doubts. You understand why? It's just,
I can
you
see where
basically
you're
just
coming.
walked in here with the Holy Grail.
I'd be happy with 40,000.
I just don't know enough about it. So let me call a friend who will know something about it. Okay? Okay.
Rick is not sure about the item, so he decides calls an expert. The weapons expert is a regular on the show and always respects rare guns. He looks excited about this one, but he's got one issue with it. And this is an issue so serious that it cancels all the good parts of the Colt.
This is in the range of the known etched guns, which is really good. The problem is the serial number font does not match this.
Rick doesn't want to lose such a valuable deal. But if a registered gun is altered, it's a no-go for any serious gun collector. So Rick decides to go with expert opinion.
It could be legitimate, but the serial numbers have been tampered with.
We're 99% sure someone's tampered with that serial number. It's going to be too difficult for me to sell. Good luck, dude. That's all I can tell you.
That was unfortunate both for the Rick and owner. I hope you enjoy this pawn shop deals. Stay tuned for upcoming Pawn Stars episodes. See you soon in next video.